This video is brought to you by the FARMER-KLEIN YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another Farming Simulator 22 Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at North Beach. But before that, this video is brought to you by Stubborn Disciple Plays and Patrick Coinier. Thank you for being farm barons. So North Beach can be found at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game downloadable content menu. And as of the first release, this map is available for all platforms. Now let's read a little bit of the description. Welcome to North Beach. This is a German map in Nordic style. This map includes 37 fields, 40 buyable places, the BGA, 6 productions, a sawmill, gas shop, livestock dealer, and 4 vending stations. I'm taking that to mean 4 sell points. We also have the main farmyard with chickens and cows. Without further ado, let's go ahead and load on into the map. We are going to use the mods that we typically use when we take a look at maps. They are additional field info, additional game settings, field lease, and field calculator. While the map loads on in, we'll talk about what we saw when we loaded this map up in Farm Manager mode. And in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, the main farm is completely empty. There's no machinery and no buildings on the main farm. And you also do not own any land in those play modes. Speaking of land, let's go ahead and take a look at the PDA. You'll see that this is a small island type map. It has all of the standard crop types available to us here in Farm Sim 22. And if we look at the lands screen, you'll see that we start out by owning the main farm here and a little bit of grass area. That is 7.78 acres in size, and it's going to cost you approximately $189,000. We also own the biogas plant at the start. It is 3.3 acres in size, and it is $74,000. And field 6, which is across the street from the main farm, which is 2.86 acres in size, and it's priced out at $69,000. Now, in town and over here where the sawmill is, we cannot buy that particular land. That means we cannot buy the town nor the roads that are associated with the map. We also have the ability to buy the exterior of the island, the ocean, if you will. It is $20 million. If you happen to have that much money, you can possibly buy this and then maybe raise up the land to expand the island should you so wish. Let's go ahead and take a look at our field calculator screen. What we're going to use this for is we're going to see all of the various fields and the field sizes. We're then going to move over to the farmland lease screen where we're going to be able to see the number of farm lands and how much that land is going to cost us. You see here we have area field 6, which is 0.52 hectares, field 8, which is our field 2, which is 0.88. Several of these fields are less than 1 hectare in size. Field 11 is 2.25. And it appears to be the biggest field on the map. Sorry, field 32 is 2.39 hectares in size. So overall, most of the fields are less than 1 hectare, but there are a few that are greater than 2. If you look at the farmland lease screen, this is going to show us the various buyable farm lands on the map and the prices associated with those farmlands. If we happen to have farmland that has fields, we then also see which fields are included in that piece of farmland and what the price is on that. So as we can see, field 2 is, or farmland 2 is going to include field 37. It's $188,000. Farmland 5, which includes field 34, is $270,000. You can go ahead and pause on this screen should you so wish in order to basically see how big a particular buyable plot of land might be. If we take a look at the crop counter, you can see that we have the generic base game crop counter available to us on North Beach. And if we look at our prices screen, you're going to see multiple sell points here are available for all of the base game crops that we can grow in Farm Sim 22 on North Beach, with the exception, oddly enough, of grass, hay, and straw. There is no sell point for grass, hay, or straw. We do have the ability to sell eggs, wool, and milk, which is good to see because we have chickens and cows on the main farm. But here you can see grass, hay, and straw. There's no sell points available. Then when we get down here to production, we have an interesting mix of what can and cannot be sold. So we can sell flour, but we can't sell bread, which is odd because there is a bakery on this map. We can sell cakes. As we continue on down, you're going to find that we cannot sell clothing. We cannot sell cereal. We also cannot sell chocolates, planks, furniture, or, interesting enough, there is also no way to sell stones on the map without putting down your own stone crusher. We start out with 260 chickens. They do have food in them, so you don't have to worry about feeding them right away. So you should get some chicken output pretty soon. We do have 5 brown Swiss and 10 Holstein cows. They have a little bit of hay also been provided, so they should start producing right from the start. The map does include contracts, and we do own the biogas plant at the start. Let's go ahead and take a look at that starting fleet. We start out with the Fendt Favorite 511C, the Valtra 8750, and the Massey Ferguson 3670 tractor. We have the Dudesfar Topliner 4090H harvester that is paired up with the 4090H grain header and the 4090H header trailer. We have the 2017 pickup truck, the Welger DK115 trailer. We have the Rabe EG39 cultivator. Then we have the NK25 NS3030 seeder. And then we have a pair of 750 kilogram front weights. Let's go ahead and take a look at the main farm. We stand directly in front of our farmhouse. And while this is the farmhouse that has the collectibles, this map does not have collectibles in it. So even though we have this here, there are not collectibles for us to collect. Here we have our chicken coop. This is a base game chicken coop, so I don't think we really need to go into details about where all the various triggers for that are. We have 3 silage bunkers here at the main farm. 2 sheds. A large farm silo. This is a base game silo. So again, I don't think we need to go into much details on where the various triggers are located. We have our cow area located right here. Again, we're talking about a base game cow area. So again, I do not feel that we need to go into too much extent as to where all the various triggers are located for that. We have a water fill point, and that, everybody, is a main farm. This farm can be completely customizable. The fact that once you sell the animals, you can sell the animal pins, and everything else that you can see here on the main farm can be sold. So therefore, the map is going to get a full point with regard to if the map has a customizable farm. Let's go ahead and get set up for the fly around, and then we'll start talking about the production options that are available on the map. This map includes 8 different production points, including a biogas plant, bakery, grain mill, a cereal factory, spinnery, sugar tailor, and sawmill. Now, I think it's rather interesting that we cannot sell bread, but we have a bakery. We also cannot sell cereal, but we have a cereal factory. We have a tailor, but we cannot sell clothing. And we have a sawmill, but we cannot sell planks or furniture. So you might as well not put down our carpentry shop. Overall, the map is fairly flat with a bit of a berm around the edge of the island. Here we have the main farm. As we progress south, we have the biogas plant just down the main road from the farm. This map is going to get a full point with respect to the production aspects and with respect to the fact that can you buy, or not buy, but can you sell all of the base game crops, production outputs, and animal outputs. We're going to give the map a half of a point due to the fact that we do have a fairly decent list of things that we cannot sell. And it's a little disturbing that there are certain things that we can produce on the map with the base map production, the production items that are built into the map, but we can't sell the items that we can build or create at some of those production points. So we'd like to see the map get updated to where we do have the ability to at least sell everything that we can actually produce on the map. So directly in front of us, we have the grain mill where we're going to produce our flour. We have our fuel station and then the sawmill. So we have our wood chip trigger. We have our log sell point, our log sell trigger. We have our interactive icon and our plank spawn point. As we move up to the town, we have a pair of sell points. One over here to the left. We have our cereal factory to the right. We have the bakery down below. Another sell point. We have the grocery sell point, our tailor, as well as our sugar mill and spinnery. The large office building is set up as a sell point. And then the main shop is just past the church here. Now, with respect to are the buildings using the new texture technique? Overall, they are. These custom farmhouses are custom houses on the map. They are using the new texture technique in that they have parallax occlusion applied to the siding. And they also have the new window technique being applied to them. So here we have the shop. Let's go ahead and get our Mahindra. We have a decent sized spawn point here. It's not super huge, but again, it's also not super small. We have our customized repair cell and trade trigger located right there. Let's go ahead and take the opportunity here to drive around to the various sell points. We'll talk a little bit more about the map itself. Overall, I think this is a decent map for someone that is looking to play with modest size equipment, small to medium equipment. Probably something no larger than 6 meters would overall be adequate for this particular map. This is definitely not a map for someone who wants to play with large machinery. Let's go ahead and take a look and see and identify what these particular sell points are. We are currently at the supermarket. Then we have the Tex business area. We have our spinnery, our sugar mill, and our tailor shop. We have the cafe, and then we have the central hotel as far as sell points. That's sell point. Now, overall, I think you're probably going to want to come through here with smaller trailers as opposed to using semis or anything like that. So we have our base game tailor here. Don't really need to go too much detail with respect to the various trigger locations. Just making sure everything is marked appropriately. We have our sugar mill and then our spinnery located right there. Sell point is going to be located just around the corner. Here we have the cafe. the bakery. Our cereal mill. And then the hotel sell point. Way away down to the right, which is where we're going to find our flour mill, as well as our gas station and sawmill. We have the gasoline station, sawmill where we have our wood chips, our log sell point, our interactive icon, and our plank spawn point. And again, we cannot sell planks, nor can we sell furniture, so we're not even being encouraged to buy the carpentry facility in order to then make use of what we produce here at the sawmill. Overall, there aren't a whole lot of easily cut trees also on this map, so if you are going to do any sort of forestry, it's probably going to be forestry from the result of trees that you have planted. So here we have the base game grain mill. Now, I have noticed places here and there we've got some uneven land. Over at the sawmill we had that, and then we have this divot right here. So be very careful when driving around the map. You may find yourself losing a load of pallets or losing a load of bales or other things off of a trailer. Our final stop is going to be just up here at the biogas plant. So let's do a quick rundown of the map's scoring. With respect to production, the map does have 8 production items built in, so we're going to give the map a full point on that regard. As I've said, the map gets a half of a point with respect to having the ability to sell all the base game crops, animal outputs, and productions available in Farm Sim 22, because there's just so many things that you cannot sell, meaning grass, hay, straw, bread, clothing, cereal, chocolate, planks, furniture, and not having a stone crusher. Can the farms be customized? Indeed, it can. You can sell everything on the farm and in Farm Manager, or start from scratch. Nothing is on the farm when you come on in. Buildings are using the new appropriate texture techniques where applicable. And then we do have some rather interesting ground textures. They look overall to be fairly base game ground textures, but at any rate, we have a decent listing of those. We have our animal mud, our asphalt, concrete, our dirt, our forest ground, our grass. We have dry grass. We have gravel. Then we have our stone. We have our rock, and then our granite. So all of those textures are using the new technique. So we will go ahead and give the map a full point on that regard. And with respect to triggers being clearly located, I'm going to go ahead and give the map a full point there also, and that all the triggers seem to be clearly located and markers are present. So here we at the biogas plant, we have one large 3-sided silage bunker. We have our digester, our dump point for slurry, and then we have our fill point for digestate. So overall, we're going to give the map a score of a 4.5 out of 5. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. It's North Beach, a map that you are going to find yourself vacationing on in the very near future. I would say it is kind of down in the tropics, but the description clearly states this is a German map with a Nordic style, so I don't think the water is going to be overly warm. And until next time, guys, happy farming.